Day 9 of Operation Epic Fury, and Iran has a new supreme leader. The Assembly of Experts, the 88-member clerical body constitutionally responsible for selecting Iran's top leader, announced Sunday that Mojtaba Khamenei, the second son of the killed Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has been selected as the Islamic Republic's third supreme leader since its founding in 1979. The announcement came 8 days after his father was killed in the opening strikes of Operation Epic Fury on February 28th. The strikes that killed his father also killed his mother, his wife, and one of his sisters. Mojtaba Khamenei was not in the compound when the missiles hit. He survived. And on Sunday, under IRGC pressure, with bombs still falling on Tehran, the assembly made him the most powerful man in Iran. Here is who he is, how the selection happened, what it means for this war, and what every government tracking this conflict is now calculating. Mojtaba Khamenei is 56 years old. He has never held elected office. He has never given a public speech. He has never delivered a Friday sermon. Many Iranians have never heard his voice, despite knowing for years he existed. He holds the clerical rank of Hujjat al-Islam, a mid-level clerical designation, not an Ayatollah. The same rank his father held when he was appointed supreme leader in 1989, under circumstances that required an overnight constitutional amendment to accommodate. A similar legal accommodation will be required for Mojtaba. His father reportedly opposed his son's succession during his lifetime and never allowed the issue to be raised formally. The Assembly of Experts member who announced the selection said the candidate was chosen because he should be hated by the enemy rather than praised by it, a direct reference to Trump's public statement that Mojtaba Khamenei was a lightweight and unacceptable to him. The Assembly confirmed it chose the man Trump rejected, specifically because Trump rejected him. The selection process was not clean, and the confirmed record of how it unfolded matters. The Assembly met online on March 3rd, 5 days ago, under what multiple Assembly members described as heavy and repeated pressure from IRGC commanders to vote for Mojtaba Khamenei. Members who presented arguments against the appointment were given limited time to speak. Discussion was cut off and a vote was called. The building housing the Assembly of Experts in Qom was struck by US and Israeli bombs after the votes were cast and before the count was completed. The announcement was delayed for 5 days until Sunday amid significant internal disagreements over the appointment, specifically over Mojtaba's lack of religious credentials and the ideological contradiction of dynastic succession in a revolution that overthrew a dynasty. One Assembly member confirmed his father was not pleased with the idea of his son's leadership and never allowed it to be raised while he was alive. Despite all of that, the internal opposition, the constitutional questions, the bombing of the building where the vote was held, the IRGC's preferred candidate was announced Sunday as the Islamic Republic's new supreme leader. The IRGC's role in that outcome is the defining fact of this succession. Mojtaba Khamenei spent his formative years serving in the Habib Battalion of the IRGC during the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s. The comrades he served alongside went on to hold leading posts across Iran's security and intelligence apparatus. He holds confirmed close ties to IRGC Chief Ahmad Vahidi, former IRGC intelligence head Hossein Taib, and Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Kalibaf, the same official who warned Sunday that if the war continues, there will be no Iranian oil left to sell. His authority has come not from religious stature, but from proximity to power and from institutional loyalty built over decades inside the security establishment. His selection as supreme leader is the IRGC formalizing what has been functionally true since the first bombs fell on February 28th, that Iran's military organization is running this war and running this state, and now it has placed its preferred figure at the constitutional apex of both. Iran's President Pezeshkian confirmed the selection Sunday and said the choice reflects Iran's resilience and unity in the face of attacks. He said Mojtaba Khamenei will lead with wise leadership and by creating an atmosphere of trust, solidarity and participation. He said the new supreme leader stands on the foundation built by his father. The IRGC pledged its full allegiance and stated it is ready to fully obey his commands. The Assembly of Experts called on the Iranian public, political figures, intellectuals, and senior clergy to pledge allegiance to the new leader. The international response arrived within hours. Trump said the appointment is unacceptable and that without Washington's approval, whoever is picked is not going to last long. He previously said he must be involved in the appointment and called Mojtaba a lightweight. The IDF issued a formal warning Sunday stating it will pursue every successor and every person who seeks to appoint a successor and will not hesitate to target them. Netanyahu said in a press conference he seeks to destabilize the regime and enable change. The White House did not issue a formal response to the selection before Sunday evening. A 7th US service member was confirmed killed in the conflict on Sunday, bringing the confirmed American combat death toll to 7 since February 28th. The strategic implications of Mojtaba Khamenei's selection are specific and confirmed. He is assessed by the Council on Foreign Relations as having close ties to some of the most ideologically extremist clerics who led the regime's most violent crackdowns. He reportedly personally supervised how the IRGC crushed the 2009 Green Movement protests. He is under US and Western sanctions imposed in 2019 for advancing his father's destabilizing regional ambitions and oppressive domestic objectives. He has reportedly accumulated a significant business empire involving assets in multiple countries through a network of insiders and associates, none of it under his name. His selection signals, in the assessment of every major analyst who has commented Sunday, that hardline factions retain control, that Iran has no near-term desire to agree to a deal or negotiations, and that the institutions driving Iran's current war posture will retain strong influence in the next phase of leadership. The confirmation that Trump's stated objective of being involved in choosing Iran's new leader has failed on day 9 is significant. The selection of the one candidate Trump explicitly rejected, chosen in part because he rejected him, is the Assembly of Experts and the IRGC sending a combined institutional message that the Islamic Republic's internal political architecture will not be determined by American preference. Whether that message is sustainable against the military reality of day 9, 3,000 US strikes, Navy destroyed, oil depots burning, air defenses 80% degraded, is the question the new supreme leader now inherits. He takes power in the middle of the biggest crisis the Islamic Republic has faced since 1979, having never spoken in public, holding insufficient religious credentials for the position he now occupies, chosen under IRGC pressure in an online meeting whose building was bombed before the count was completed, over the documented objection of the father whose name he now carries. The Islamic Republic has a new supreme leader. What it does not have is a ceasefire, an intact navy, functioning oil depots, or a diplomat willing to pick up the phone to Washington. All of that is now Mojtaba Khamenei's problem.